Yes, it is Box Office Buddies. It's that time of year. 2018 has come and gone, as have many movies. So this is my top 5 countdown of the worst movies of 2018. I gotta say, not so bad to be, could have been a lot worse. Now, that could be a couple things. For one thing, I am only doing a top 5 of the movies that I actually reviewed this year. So I think there might have been a little less garbage than there has been in the past. But I also avoided a lot of the bad movies because I just don't want to waste my time. And my money, because this isn't quite a paid gig yet, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe! So yeah, 5 worst movies that I reviewed in 2018. I feel kind of bad for including this number 5 one, but number 5, Leave No Trace. Now, I'm obviously being a bit harsh on this. It's not an awful movie, but it's on my list because of all the wasted potential. You had the potential of a really interesting plot here. You have one of my favorite actors, Ben Foster. Yeah, this could have gone in a lot of interesting places, and it just didn't. It ended up being, overall, a pretty boring movie. And I was excited to see it. It had a 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and it was a big letdown. Number 4, again, not that bad, but Annihilation was not great. This is a sci-fi movie that had promise. I bought into the premise, and I liked a lot of the concepts. This had as a lead actor Natalie Portman. I mean, you got a lot of other good cast members in this too. It just didn't come together, and by about the halfway point, it lost me. I felt like this was something I'd seen before. It was typical. By the end, woof! It had gone so far off that I left the theater really disappointed, really underwhelmed, confused. Yeah, Annihilation. Number 3, now we're starting to get into bad territory. Rampage. The biggest thing this movie had going against it was the preview. This is a monster movie. It's monsters getting unleashed into the city of Chicago. It's got The Rock. I mean, what could go wrong? How could this not be good? And honestly, The Rock does elevate it to a much better level than it should have been. Jeffrey Dean Morgan was really good too. But at the end of the day, this was a monster movie, and we saw all the monsters, all the interesting stuff that was going to happen in the movie in the 2-minute preview. I mean, it wasn't a good movie either way, but at least had I been surprised and been entertained and been along for the ride as it went, I could have enjoyed this a lot more. Biggest thing this movie had going against it was the preview. Number 2. Well, now that we've got the monster movies out of the way... Oh wait, another one. Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. I know it's not quite monsters, but yeah, a dinosaur movie. This was bad on so many levels. This is a dinosaur movie. Where are all the cool dinosaur moments? It was... I wanted to see some cool dinosaur action, and there wasn't any of it. Or very little, anyway. Where's the T-Rex? What? So many characters in this are useless. And the characters that are there, a lot of them are so cliche. I mean, what else can I say about this? This movie was laughable, beginning to end. I actually did laugh throughout a lot of it. It was so bad. Awful movie. I can't believe you have a budget that big, and that's the best you can come up with. At number 1, was there any doubt that it would not be a Marvel movie? The crown jewel of Marvel's garbage this year, Black Panther. Ooh, I can't get over how this was so well received and did so well, not just at the domestic box office, but worldwide. Where was the humor? The characters were boring. Your lead, your hero, T'Challa, he had no charisma whatsoever. One of the most boring main characters of any superhero movie. You know who had charisma? The villain, played by Michael B. Jordan. He was actually a lot more interesting. I found myself rooting for him. I wish he had killed T'Challa and become Black Panther himself. It would have actually made this movie somewhat interesting. Of course, that's not going to happen. Why? Because like all other Marvel movies, this is completely predictable. Nothing that surprised me or that was new, different, exciting. And some of the plot holes in this movie and the nonsensical elements. Look, they wanted to pay homage to Africa and have a lot of elements from that, but I think instead they ended up ridiculing Africa in a lot of ways and ultimately degrading it. They did some really weird things, and this movie was a huge fail. Well, there's my list. I know a lot of you won't be happy with it. Send those comments, let me know what you think, and hey, maybe give me your 5 worst. You can also check out a link to all the reviews for the movies that were mentioned in this countdown. They'll be in the description, so you can check all those reviews out individually and check out all the other videos. Subscribe to the channel, give this video that thumbs up or that thumbs down if you hated my countdown that much. I'll take whatever you got, honestly. And thanks for watching. See you soon for the 5 best of 2018.